Last week is a very volatile week in the forex market, and the currency that dominates last week, that is the strongest currency, had to come from the AUD and NZD. And then the weakest currency last week is the USD. That's coming out after the Fed speech later on Friday. They are still going for the rate cut in the first quarter of next year, if need be. That is if it's necessary to do so. So meaning that there is still a possibility of rate cut. So market participants take that into consideration and so of the US dollar. And then we see the likes of gold hitting the March 2022 high, and then right now gold is at the resistance level of March 2022 high right there. So what are we looking at, and then what is the next step for us to check on DSY and on the other currency? So the first thing we want to know is that DSY is at a very, very critical area at this level. So if you are just joining this channel, welcome to Ambafx YouTube channel. And then this is where I bring you the latest insight in the world of forex market, the pair we are going to trade for each week, and then the direction I'm expecting for the pair to go in my own analysis, that is according to what I personally see in the market. So do well to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification in case I drop a new video. It can be a weekly forex forecast or an educational video, or I usually drop some tips on how you can get accounts in little fee or no fee. So just subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you'll be alert when I drop that kind of video. So the next thing I'm looking at on the DSY now, that is according to what I see here, because now market is buying the rumor and then probably selling the news. So market is now buying the rumor of possibly rate hike in the first quarter of 2024, and the first quarter of 2024 might actually be April, and then April, May. Yeah. So I think that we might not possibly see around US dollar weakness till that time. So what they are actually doing now is buying into the rumor, and then possibly this coming week we might actually see US dollar strength coming back to the market, and then maybe before the possible time of the rate cut, we might see the US dollar coming back to the market, and then maybe probably when it's February, then the US dollar weakness might actually continue. But from what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing the possibility of US dollar strength until there's a break at some levels right there. So if you check the DSY right here, you will see that here we'll see possibility of price bouncing at this particular area. And then if you see this area too, this is a very strong area which we have a fake breakout here, and then a bounce at this area. And if you check the bounce right here, you see that this weekly candle closes as a reversal candle, which is a hammer candle right there. So and then it closes above this level, above this support level, and you see that as soon as price come back to hit this area right here, it bounce off that particular area, forming a very strong weak rejection candle. And price come back to this area, breaking this level, creating a fake out at this level. After it break this level, it's now did what? It closed back above that level. So we tell us that there is a possibility of US dollar strength this week. And if you take the bigger picture, so let's put it in the monthly time frame. This is the bigger picture right here, which means that US dollar might actually be stronger in this coming week. As you can see, we have a level of resistance here that has been violated. So after it has been violated, I believe that it might actually turn to support at this particular, when a resistance break, you see a support level for me, that is when a resistance level break, it becomes a support level. So that's what I'm actually looking at this particular level. And then after seeing that, there's a rejection here, and then there's also a rejection at this particular area. So that is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for a price to retrace back to the upside. And another thing I want you to know right here is that there is a bounce of the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, and then this is the Fibonacci retracement level area where this price bounced off. So we should be looking for the move to the upside on the DSY, which means that we should be expecting a strength on the DSY soon. And probably if this level is going to break, so we might have something like this, and then you understand, maybe probably come to retest this area, and then we'll have a break of that particular support level. You know, this is the area I'm looking at. Probably price might actually come back to retest this area, and then we might see a break of this low. So but for now, I'm looking for a bounce at this particular, because this particular area is a very, very strong support level. So I think that's what I'm looking at on the DSY right now. And if the next weekly candle closes bearish, that is on the DSY, if the next weekly candle closes bearish, then should be looking for more weakness in the US dollar back to this particular low right here. So that is my own view on the DSY. You might have another view here, but possibly this is my own view on the US dollar, on the DSY right there. That is on the US dollar. So probably we might still see more move to the upside here around this particular area. Notice that price did not close below this particular area on Friday, and it didn't close below this reversal candle on Friday. So there's still a possibility of more move to the upside and then back to this particular area. Probably then we might see a rejection or a push to the upside at that level. But if price now close below this level right here, that's what I'll be looking for, a US dollar weakness in a long time. That is I think next week we do justice to that. Yeah, we do justice to this particular area if there's going to be a break to the downside or a possibly rejection back to this particular area. So let's see how it goes. But next week, if the US dollar weakness continue, I might not actually trade, because I'll be looking for this particular area to violate before I trade, before I join the US dollar weakness trade. Yeah, so let's see how price reacts to that particular area at that level. So before we continue with the individual currency, let's check the economic activities we have next week. Next week is going to be an NFP week. So what's the results they would drop in NFP? We actually more or less have a big impact in the US dollar. That is, it will have a big impact in the DSY, how it will actually close the weekly candle, or the overall market sentiment next week. So I think the most significant one is the NFP, apart from the ISM manufacturing PMI on Tuesday. Then we have the interest rate statement from the Canadian dollar, and then we have the NFP. So let's brace up for the NFP next week. Let's see what they will actually release in the NFP next week. I think that's what we have. So our focus should be on NFP next week, and then we should see what we should be expecting, what they will actually drop in NFP, and then we'll take that into consideration in next in the coming weeks after next week. You understand? So I think that's what we have right there. So going into the individual currency, the first one we want to check is gold. As you can see, gold is at the March 2022 high right here. As you can see, I mean, probably if you ask me what I'm expecting a pullback right here, a big one, not a small pullback. To say I'm actually expecting a pullback at that particular level, but not to form a new low. Probably maybe a pullback back to this area, then you might actually see a break of this particular area next year. That is maybe probably in January or February. So we might actually see the break of this March high. But if price didn't pull back, then if you see any breakout here, it means that is to the moon, like they used to say. So we should see gold moving as far as 2,500. Yeah, so you understand. So but let's see how it goes, because this level is a very, very strong level and has not been broken. Even when there is pandemic, this level did not break. So not to say now that we have no pandemic and everything is still going okay, apart from the Israel Hamas and then the Russian Ukraine war, which is a big catalyst for the gold movement. But right now, what we are still looking at is for price to what? Possibly probably I might not even take gold unless I see a sign of rejection or a breakout at this level, because this level is a very, very critical level that you should be watching out for. So for me, I'm actually expecting a rejection, but it has break the May 2023 high right here, and then has gone to the March 2022 high. So probably then we should be expecting a big pullback from this area or a big push up, because if there were to be a breakout at this level, the breakout will be massive to the upside, because there will be a significant amount of money that will push this price to break this particular point right there. So let's see how price reacts to it. For me, I have no bias. The bias I have is to the downside, and then with what I saw on DSY, that DSY might be is actually at support level, and then we see the last week candle closes hammer, that is as a reversal candle close. So probably that one might actually come, and then we might actually see the effect on this, because they are inversely correlated. So the push up in the US dollar will make gold decline. So let's see how it go. If the US dollar push up, then we'll see a decline right here. But the moment US dollar continue declining, we will see a break of this resistance. And for the currency pairs, the first one I want to check is that the pounds US dollar. So if you go to the weekly candle, weekly time frame, so what can I see here? Pardon me, my charts this week look tattered somehow, because there's actually, I need to look at a lot of things to actually base my decision on it, not what I think. So that's why you will see a lot of lines on my chart, and so I'll still put a few adjustment, but let's see how this go. So probably this level I'm looking at right here says that we might still have DU to the downside, but on some condition, that is on probably maybe 2 or 3 conditions. But what I'm actually looking at right here is that the level I'm looking at, this is the level I'm looking at, right? If we were to put the Fibonacci retracement here, the price is still at 61.8 Fib level. As you can see, the price is still below 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, which means that we have not ruled out the possibility of price still moving down from this particular area, still rejecting this particular area back to this level. Yeah, there is still a possibility of price coming back to this particular level, and one of the reasons is that if you check the market on Friday, it didn't actually close above this rejection level, this candlestick rejection, that is this doji. Price did not close above this doji, so there's still a possibility of price bouncing back at this level. So this is my safe zone right here. My safe zone is 1.27323. The moment price come here and then break this particular area, the moment price break this particular area, I'm no more in selling anything GBP USD. So I'll be buying back to this level or back to this 78.6 level. Right now my bias is buy actually, but this is what is giving me a big concern. That is the level of 1.27323. But my bias is buy actually, but this level is giving me a lot of concern because this level is 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, and you can see that when price gets to the 50% Fibonacci level, it did not create any reversal candlestick in the daily time frame here. But the moment it gets to the 61.8 level, it creates a reversal candlestick, which is doji right here. And then this candle did not actually close above it, so there's still a possibility of this coming down. And as we saw the DSY, so which means that DSY is also at a support level. So if the DSY bounce at that particular support level, it means that we'll still see more move to the downside on the GBP USD. So what you have to do as a trader is watch this level of 61.8. The moment price break through this 61.8 level, then you should start buying, and then possibly price will hit this 1.29084. But the moment price still stay below this, then I will participate in the selling of pounds US dollar. So if you actually go to the 4-hour time frame, you see that it has violated this particular trend line right here. So which means that there's still a possibility of a downside movement back to this particular area, which it might actually create something like a double top or something like that at this area. So we might actually see something like this and then a move back to the downside. But the moment it break this level, then I will not be participating in selling the pounds US dollar. So then I'll be buying back to the 78.6. So the next pair I want to check is the Euro US dollar. As you can see, Euro US dollar for me is to the downside. So if you check the weekly time frame, you see that at this 61.8 level, I don't mind all of this. Okay, let me delete this so that I don't confuse you further. So at this level, you see that price closed below the 61.8 retracement level right here, as you can see, which means that there's still possibility of downside, that is of price moving more to the downside, probably to retest this level or to retest this particular support level at this area, as you can see. So that is what I'm looking for price to actually do there. So let's put it in the daily time frame and see what is going on. So price has closed below this area, and then if you actually put the fill book retracement level, you see that it's at the 61.8 level. This is 61.8. So price actually violated and closed below it. So which means that there is still a possibility of move to the downside in the DSY. And then on Friday, after the Fed speech, we saw this candle closes bullish at this particular area after rejecting this support level right here. But there's still a possibility of price still going and retest this particular area right there, because there's a violation of this resistance level here. There's a violation of this resistance level at this particular area, so waiting for price to come and retest it, and then probably that level might actually become a new support, and then we might see a break of this particular high. But let's see how it goes right there. So if we switch to the 4-hour time frame, which means that we've seen a break of this trend line to the downside, and then on Friday too. This 4 hours closes even as a reversal candle. So let's see how price react to this area. But what I'm looking at is if price even come back to this area, I'll be looking for a selling opportunity at this area, and then be taking my profit at 1.07248. That's what I'm looking at. For me to say I want to buy euro US dollar, it must violate this particular area or violate this trend line to the downside before I'll be able to say I want to actually buy the euro US dollar. It must violate this 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. That is if it break above 1.09299 or 1.09300, then I will be on the euro US dollar bias for some weeks, or till 1.0534, 1.10534. Yeah, that is the level I'm looking at right there. So each of this currency and each of this analysis, I usually drop them in my Telegram channel. So don't forget to click the link in the description box to join the Telegram channel. Even though we have a drawdown last week, and then it's very, very unusual, but that is how market is. That is market environment for you. So you can not always have win all the time. So sometimes you have a drawdown. So the ability to come out of it is what makes you a better trader. So, and another thing I want you to look at is SND USD. And I said last week that I said when I want to start this video that the strongest currency last week is the SND and the AUD, and this due to the China they have a positive I think positive retail sales or stuff like that. That is coming from China. That is I think CPI. I can't remember, I can't figure out, pardon me, but they have one positive news that actually push AUD and then SND to the upside last week. So right now, this is what I'm looking at here, and this is I'm looking at SND USD to the downside. But after the price push to hit this particular resistance level right here, this is where, but the moment it actually break this level, then I'm looking for a upside move on SND USD. So on this pair, I'll just be waiting and seeing what price would do here, how price will react to 0.62256. So that is what I will be looking at. And don't forget, it's an NFP week, so probably if we have a negative NFP result, then we should be looking for price. But me, if I'm to follow, or I'm actually following the trend, I'm looking for a buy bias. Yeah, I'm looking for price to break this area, then I will continue buying. But the moment price shows any sign of a rejection here, then I will sell back to 0.61130, and then back to 0.20205. So you should look to that particular level there. So another pair I want to check right now is AUD USD. And last week, AUD USD 2 did not close above this area of 0.66757. And if you check the bigger picture, you'll see that there is possibility of a rejection at that area. And if we do not actually see rejection at that area, we should be looking for a rejection at 0.67622. That's this is a daily time frame. But actually, yeah, this is where I'm looking for a rejection to actually occur at this particular area. You know, this is a reversal candlestick, but price has not violated this particular area, which means that we might actually see a selling pressure coming back to this particular area, especially when we actually see a possible bounce in the DSY. And if that bounce comes to play out, we might actually see the AUD USD coming back to this particular area. But if price violates this area and break this high, then I will participate in the buying to this level, which is 67846. That is like almost 100 pips. That is what I will be doing right there. So my own this thing is Monday candle close. So if the Monday candle closes bullish above this, then I will be buying back to this particular area. But if we see the Monday candle closes bearish, then possibly I'll participate in the selling. So Monday is a day for you to observe all this pair and to observe how price reacts to the individual levels and how you can actually make your decision based on it. So the next pair I want to check is the euro card. So euro card, we don't have to waste a lot of time here. I'm looking for a sell setup or a sell bias at this area. So maybe probably Monday, if we see a ball, this is my safe zone right here. The moment price is still under 1.48188, I will be selling euro Canadian dollar back to this level. So if I want to enter on any of this level, I'll actually wait for a retracement and then put my stop loss above this 1.48182 for a sell setup. So the next pair I want to check is Canadian dollar Japanese yen. This one too, we don't have to go too much on it. There's a formation of a double top right here, which we might actually see more move to this particular area right here. And then if you check the trend line has been violated at this area, has also been violated at this area. So after it's violated at this area, it's close. It moves below this low, which means that there's a possibility of forming another low at this particular area, and then this are what gives you a confidence on this. So it's moved below this low before it bounce back and then come to retest at this particular area. So here for now I see zero possibility of price breaking this high. All right, it can happen, but for me I don't see any possibility of price breaking that particular area. So what I'm actually seeing is for price to come and then back to this particular low. So my bias from Canadian dollar JPY is to the downside to 104.359. So that is where I'll be taking my profit at this particular area, and this is my safe zone. The moment price go above 110.282, I won't be selling CAD JPY. That is when I'll change my bias to buy, because this 2i has been broken, and if you see that level is a very strong resistant level which price may actually reject from. And the next pair on check is US dollar Japanese yen. So US dollar Japanese yen too, what I'm actually looking at is for a bearish setup. So for price to come this area and then drop to this particular, so this is my safe zone right here. So if price break above 147.798, then I won't be selling US dollar JPY. So I'm waiting for Monday candle close to come and retest this area and then reject back to this 144.528. So that is what I'm actually looking at in this market for US dollar JPY. So I'm looking for a bearish setup back to 144.528 right there. And the next pair we want to check is pounds CHF. So for me, I'm selling I'm on pounds CHF. I'm bearish on pounds CHF right there after violating this particular trendline level on Friday. So that is on Thursday and creating some reaction here. So probably this is what I'm looking at to sell back to this particular low, but it depends on price reacts to this area on Monday. That is what will make me take my decision to sell this particular pair on Monday. As in the CHF2, I'm willing to my bias is to the downside, because as you can see, we have a rejection candle at this area right there, big hammer candle, and then probably price did not actually violate that particular area. Price still closed below 0.53974, which make me go for a bearish bias on SNDGF back to this area, and this might actually be a double top with the trend. And as you all know, double top with the trend is actually a very good confirmation to actually make money in the market. And then if you see price still somehow respect this inner trend line and then the outer trend line, but the moment price actually, if price actually break
to this area on Monday, then I'll be buying to 0.55030. If that place break, I'll be actually buying back to 0.56061. So guys, these are my own bias on this pair. That is from JPY, Euro, USD, USD, AUD, USD, Euro, Canadian dollar, USD. Okay, I'm not actually trading USD, Swiss franc, CAD, JPY, USD, JPY, pounds, Swiss franc, and SMD, Swiss franc for next week. So these are the pairs I'm putting in my watch list next week, and then all this area I'll be taking my trade according to how markets react to this area and according to the fundamental bias I see next week. So I think that's all for the week, and then don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and then turn on the notification bell in case I drop new video. And then there is a link to a verified broker in the description box. Just click it, register, minimum of $5 deposit. They have a very tight spread, and then they even have a zero spread account, so where they don't charge any spread at all, but a few commission. So, and there is one that they charge less than 0.6 per spread. So, and then the minimum deposit there is $100. So the very verified broker. They don't manipulate you like other brokers that manipulate the other time on good. So probably we'll see you next week. Have a good and a profitable trading week, and don't forget to trade safely.